Hi, this is Mimi.
And this is Lee. And in today's episode, we're going to tap on getting through a weight loss stall in one piece. This is something that happens along the weight loss journey that can really freak people out and sometimes cause problems where they just kind of completely lose it and get off track with, so-called off track with what they even want to do.
Yeah, I think I think a stall it's scary, right? Especially if you've been losing weight and trying really hard and you feel like you're still doing the same thing, but you're not getting any results. And then it's like the mind games that you can play with yourself can be so damaging.
That's exactly it. It's the mind games are worse than the actual stall itself. And a stall is actually very, very normal. And I think most weight loss books I've read, they don't really address it adequately, that a stall is inevitable. You could be doing everything right. And a stall for different people, it can last sometimes anywhere from a week to several months, sometimes even more than that. And it's still completely normal. But it plays head games with you because you feel like, why?
Yeah, and there's this fear that it's going to turn around.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. Like I've worked so hard and now it's gonna
I'm all
from nothing and we just make it mean so much. So having a tapping exercise for that is going to be really good. And if you're new to tapping, the tapping might feel a little bit weird at first. I know when Lee first introduced it to me, I try to be really open-minded. So I'm not saying I was skeptical, but I was like, what? Like I would like kind of laugh and giggle like, okay, I'm going to do it.
Right.
But there is like, tapping is not new to the world.
No. Yeah, I mean, tapping is well established and even researched as a method for reducing anxiety and helping you heal from, various things. It's also, some people might know it not as tapping, but as EFT or emotional freedom technique. That's how it was kind of first labeled. And it's an alternative treatment for both physical symptoms and emotional distress, and somewhat like acupuncture with no needles. And essentially, you'll be using light acupressure as you lightly tap your fingers on certain acupressure points, or meridians as they're called. And these meridians that we're working with are on your head, face, and upper body. So you can, here on Zoom land, you can watch us do it and follow along.
Yeah. And what I love about it is tapping is something that you can do by yourself and really almost anywhere. I mean, not the full tapping on your head and around your body if you're in a meeting or something, but just to tap on like your arm or, tap on your collarbone. We'll walk through what all the meridian points are, but, and it's really, I think, once I kind of learned about it, I think some people do it without even realizing that they're doing it. They'll have like a tapping or something like that. And it's like, oh, I've kind of been doing this all along. But you're going to be using your index fingers, all four fingers, however it feels comfortable for you to tap on these meridian points on your body. And we've got a video. So Lee's going to be doing the initial and then I'll follow her. So you can just repeat along with me.
Yeah. And, if you're feeling like this sounds hard or I just don't know about this, it's way easier than it sounds. And especially once you go through it a couple of times, you'll realize how easy it actually is. So the script you repeat, you'll notice this pattern with it. It will begin with some negative sounding thoughts and fears, but these negative statements are important because they help you clear out and release the emotional and mental weight of these thoughts or thoughts like them that you might be having. Whatever's been holding you back and keeping you stuck, you kind of have to clear that stuff. And it's because it's sitting there whether you want to clear it or not. And to move on and to get unstuck, it's nice just to kind of tap them away.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I like how, when we do the script, I don't know, I mean, we call them scripts or they call tapping scripts all the time, Lee. But as you work through a tapping script, the statements that you say get progressively more hopeful and positive. Because I
Yes,
know when I first started, I was like, I felt like I was tapping the negative into me instead of
yes.
releasing the negative from me. And so because it moves to the positive, you really start to replace the fears and any negative thoughts you have with positive ones.
Yes, it's important to trust that that will happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just to know that your thoughts may not be exactly the thoughts we're saying out loud, but your psyche and your body are really smart. They will know. They'll just know that you have some version of this. So don't get too worried if what we're saying doesn't sound exactly like your thoughts. It doesn't even really matter. Again, your overall system is really intelligent. And so whatever it is that's blocking you is likely to clear. And the positive thinking, even if it's not the way you would say it, your overall system knows that we're going in a positive direction and it still works.
Yeah.
So oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think one of the things that can happen too is like we're going to be tapping on stalls, and
Mhm.
how we feel about stalls and how do we move past stalls. But while you're doing that, another fear or limiting belief may pop up, and that's really good because sometimes you think, oh, it's the stall, it's the stall, but maybe there's something underneath that, and
Yes.
tapping will help you uncover that too.
Yeah, it could be something like I'm failing again,
Mhm.
oh, here it comes, the problem where I never quite, reach my goal or whatever it is. But yeah, it could be that a lot of other thoughts crop up, and just know that as you're tapping, you're also working on this. So in our experience teaching this method to hundreds of women, we know that you may need to repeat the videos at least 3 to 5 times to begin to feel like you're getting it. And also to begin to notice the favorable results, whatever they may be. And the more you watch the videos and follow along by repeating the script out loud as you tap on your meridians, the more healing you receive.
Yeah, I think that's true. But it can be really immediate. Like sometimes you might have to repeat
Yeah,
it, but sometimes you can get some really immediate, relief and feeling good. And we have a whole free tapping series. So if you are listening to this and you're like, oh, I'd like some more of this, we'll put the link in the show notes below so that you can get, our free tapping series.
yay. Yeah, more videos, more scripts. And again, you don't have to think about it. You just follow along. It's
Yeah, and if you're
really
if you're
easy.
listening to this on a podcast, if you get our free series or if you go to our YouTube, you can actually see what we're doing. I know sometimes Lee will describe like where we're tapping, but the visual is also very helpful.
Yeah, so you can find the visual. But I will call out like where we are in the tapping so that if you're listening only, then you can understand where we are. So I'm just going to review the acupressure points just to get you started before we start the script. So the first place we tap is on the karate chop point. And so if you can see the video here on YouTube, it's right there on the edge of your right. If you imagine yourself doing a karate chop on a plank of wood, it's right there. So it's not on the finger area, it's on the palm side of the palm. And then we move on to the inner eyebrow. And so there's like if you're watching, but I'll describe it too, it's where your brow meets your nose. There's like this divot and turning point right there. And then there's the side of the eye that's like a divot where, the bones coming down comes to a point and then goes under your eye. There's like a little point right there. So it's not on your temple, it's on the bone where there's like a little indentation. And then under your eye, like if you're looking straight ahead, it would be right under your pupil, right there. And then under the nose, there's like this divot, most people's upper lip, like between the nose and the upper lip, there's kind of this indentation there. So it's kind of midway between the bottom of the nose and the top of the lip, right there. And then when I say chin, what I mean is not the very bottom edge of your chin, but it's like this divot. There are lots of divots with
Lots of divots. I was about to say, you're looking for
I
all
like
the
that
little-
word for some, but it feels like a little indentation right in the middle of the area between the bottom lip and the bottom edge of your chin. So right there. And then so where your collarbones are, if you put your fingers kind of dropping down straight from your collarbone, kind of down 3 to 4 fingers down, and you kind of have to just tap around. And I usually tap a little more loosely here. It doesn't feel like there's an exact spot, but so you kind of use your 4 fingers, and I usually like to tap with both hands if I'm not driving or something. And you can kind of experiment with where you'll feel it here. This is an area where you really feel the zing. Like when it hits the meridian, you kind of know. So that's a fun place to tap because most people really like that one the best. And then there's this underarm area. It's let me back up here. So it's where on a woman, where your bra strap is directly under your armpit. So you can either reach over with one hand and tap there, or you can kind of hold your elbow out and use your thumb to hit there. And then we usually kind of close a circle in the script by tapping on the top of the head. That usually feels pretty good too.
Yeah, I like to use both hands, kind of tap around my head.
Yeah, that one feels really good. So, and don't worry about it too much. If you're like, wait, what? I can't memorize those. I'll call it out. It's okay. You just follow along. And, I've definitely tapped where if I'm in a car or where I just feel a little self-conscious, if I'm out in public, I'll just tap on my karate chop point and not worry about getting all the points because it still does something. You're still hitting a meridian. Okay. So Mimi, do you feel ready to get started?
Yeah, we're ready to start. You want to take a couple of deep breaths?
Okay, so this is a script for getting through a stall in one piece, not going crazy. All right, so when we begin, we're going to be saying the same statement 3 times while we tap on our karate chop point. So even though my weight loss is stalled, I fully and completely love and accept myself.
Even though my weight loss has stalled, I fully and completely love and accept myself.
Even though my weight loss is stalled, I fully and completely love and accept myself.
Even though my weight loss has stalled, I fully and completely love and accept myself.
Even though my weight loss is stalled, I fully and completely love and accept myself.
Even though my weight loss has stalled, I fully and completely love and accept myself.
So top of the head, seeing the same number on the scale over and over again
Seeing the same number on the scale over and over again
is driving me crazy.
is driving me crazy.
Okay, inner eye. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
Outer eye. I don't know what to do. I'm scared that I'll never lose weight again.
I'm scared that I'll never lose weight again.
Under the eye, and I completely love and accept myself.
And I completely love and accept myself.
Under the nose, even though I'm not losing weight at the moment.
Even though I am not losing weight at the moment.
Under the lip, I completely love and accept myself.
I completely love and accept myself.
Collarbone, even though the scale is a scary and frustrating place for me at the moment.
Even though the scale is a scary and frustrating place for me at the moment.
Underarm, I am open to making it less frustrating and scary.
I'm open to making it less frustrating and scary.
Okay, top of the head. And I completely love and accept myself.
And I completely love and accept myself.
Inner eye, even though I'm feeling really confused and scared.
Even though I'm feeling really confused and scared,
Outer corner of the eye. I completely love and accept myself.
I completely love and accept myself.
Under the eye. I wish I didn't get so freaked out.
I wish I didn't get so freaked out.
Under the nose. I get irritated with myself for getting upset about the stall.
I get irritated with myself for getting upset about the stall.
Under the lip. And I completely love and accept myself.
And I completely love and accept myself.
Collarbone. I know the option to not get upset is a possibility.
I know the option to not get upset is a possibility.
Under the arm. I am open to feeling more peaceful while still maintaining my goals and plans.
I am open to feeling more peaceful while still maintaining my goals and plans.
Top of the head. I trust that the stall will eventually end.
I trust that this stall will eventually end.
Inner eyebrow. Maybe I can learn to calm down.
Maybe I can learn to calm down.
Outer corner of the eye. Maybe I can honor how far I have come already.
Maybe I can honor how far I've come already.
Under the eye. I completely love and accept myself.
I completely love and accept myself.
Under the nose. I could experiment with thinking more positive thoughts.
I could experiment with thinking more positive thoughts.
Under the lip. I could tap on my frustration when it gets bad.
I can tap on my frustration when it gets bad.
Collarbone. I can learn to think in a way that feels better and still reach my goals.
I can learn to think in a way that feels better and still reach my goals.
Under the arm. I am excited to practice tapping and thinking more positively.
I am excited to practice tapping and thinking more positively.
Top of the head. I fully and completely love and accept myself.
I fully and completely love and accept myself.
How are you feeling, Mimi?
Really good.
Good, me too. So for people listening, you'll notice that we had this repeating line, I fully and completely love and accept myself. And there's an inner part of you that just yearns for you to say that. It is so soothing and calming to the nervous system. And that line is really important. So that's why it's thrown in there at intervals, because it's just so soothing to your overall central nervous system, and starts implanting some more positivity in there when you're feeling bad.
Yeah, it's a beautiful phrase.
Mm-hmm. And usually not one we say to ourselves very often.
No.
Yeah.
Not fully and completely.
Yeah. So as we said earlier, do this a few times. Use it when you start feeling frustrated, because stalls sometimes last for a little bit and it's completely normal. Use the script to get through it. In addition to any other strategies you may have, but the script will help just calm you down.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This is just another really great tool to have, kind of in your back pocket that you can pull out. Like
Exactly.
I said, you really can do it anytime. Like if you could see how quickly, you could go through that.
Mm-hmm.
And we were doing like a call and repeat, but if you were doing it yourself, you could do several rounds.
Exactly. Yeah. And the more rounds at one time, really, we just did one run through. We were doing the call out and the repeat, but we were really just doing one run through. I think if it were me and I was freaking out around a stall, I would probably just go back to the beginning of the episode or the beginning of the video if you're on YouTube, and just keep doing it. Just do it for about 20 minutes. And really, but if you just only have 5 minutes, 8 minutes, then do it once. I mean, it's all going to help, but if you really want to feel like a lot calmer and chilled out about it, do it a few times in repetition.
And I always like to end my tapping with just doing one that's just all positive. A whole
I love that, Mimi. That's a
Yeah.
great idea. Because it does feel, I know from, learning from others who were like tapping teachers, that sometimes it's like, wow, we're really focused on the, the scary fear, the anger, all the stuff that's a little negative. And I'm like, is this really good? And so it might be soothing to repeat the positive. Mhm.
I like it.
Yeah. All right.
Good. It's good. Come back and use it. We have another tapping meditation at a prior one too, if this is something you really like. And then, for sure, grab our
Mhm.
series. I can't remember now. I think there's 3 videos in there.
They're 4.
4.
4.
Good.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.